There's no price you could put on peace. But to my brothers, if you knew you wasn't staying, why you give her 5 babies? If you knew you wasn't staying, why you give her 3 babies?
Yeah.
I can understand there's no price you can put on people, but bruh, you want to leave her after 5 babies?
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. Once a man has given a woman 2 children, he better have a damn good reason why he ain't staying there to raise them with her.
Yeah, I can see that.
Unless she's pushing him away. I'm assuming she's not. I'm assuming she wants him there. But if a man gave a woman 2 babies, especially 3 or more, and you trying to walk, I'm gonna have a serious problem respecting you. What's on your mind, princess? Because you're processing it and talk to us. And it's okay to cry because it's okay to be vulnerable. Because you have 4 brothers who love you, so you in safe space.
Dog.
You in safe space. Tell the women
you in safe space.
Because there's women gonna watch this and they where you at. Talk to us.
Be right.
You in safe space for sure, but Shawty, you crying? What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Vick Reacts. Bumming at you with a brand new video. Hey man, today we got a banger, man. Today we got Dr. Umar on the Elevated podcast. I'm not sure about this podcast. It's a new podcast, but it's just this clip that I seen on social media that I wanted to do. Found it in a video for y'all, so y'all don't gotta go look for it because it's a long video. And it's Umar at the end of the day, you know, he be saying a lot of bullshit, but he be saying a lot of facts too. So we finna tune into the video without further ado, man. Before we tune into the video, if you like that intro up here at the beginning, be sure to like the video right now. Cause if you like the intro, you gonna like the video. Comment you got something to say about the video or me. Subscribe if you're new and mess with the content, man. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
For us to want our women to go back to being soft girl, feminine, we're asking them to take off armor, psychological armor, emotional armor, financial armor. This armor is what kept her from taking her own life. This armor is what kept her from taking her ex-husband's life. This armor is what helps her keep focused on raising them kids and paying her bills. This armor that we're asking her to take off is what got her to this. Are we ready to absorb the responsibility that's going to be necessary if she take the armor off? Because too often we want it both ways. Take the armor off, be a woman, let me lead. Well, first of all, that's not going to be easy. Because she's had to run a house for 30 years. She's had to run a house for 10 years. You understand? She's never even seen an example of what a man's supposed to do for a woman. So this ain't gonna be easy. And then you get her to that point and you say, you know what? I don't think you're really the one for me. Do you know what you just did to her? Do you know what you just did to this woman? You talk about trauma? She got to where you wanted her to be, and when she got there, you know what you used? Your serial monogamy card. You used your serial monogamy card and said, you know what? I don't think you're the one for me. Put that armor back on. Next thing you know, she's strung out on opioids, strung out on marijuana, strung out on alcohol, and now she's second guessing herself because she said the whole time in that relationship, something don't feel right about him, but I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna step out on faith, I'm gonna trust him, I'm gonna take this armor off, and the minute she take the armor off, you got the nerve to tell her, I don't think you're the one.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there's no price you can put on peace. There's no price you can put on peace. But to my brothers, if you knew you wasn't staying, why you give her 5 babies? If you knew you wasn't staying, why you give her 3 babies?
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
can understand there's no price you can put on people, but bruh, you want to leave her after 5 babies?
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. Once a man has given a woman 2 children, he better have a damn good reason why he ain't staying there to raise them with her.
Yeah, I can see that.
Unless she's pushing him away. I'm assuming she's not. I'm assuming she wants him there. But if a man gave a woman 2 babies, especially 3 or more, and you trying to walk, I'm gonna have a serious problem respecting you. What's on your mind, princess? Because you're processing it and talk to us. And it's okay to cry because it's okay to be vulnerable. Because you have 4 brothers who love you, so you in safe space.
Dog.
You in safe space. Tell the women
you in
what you
safe
feeling,
space.
because there's women gonna watch this and they where you at. Talk to us.
Be right.
You in safe space for sure, but Shawty, you crying? She must relate to this. Look, I ain't gonna lie. He's saying some real stuff. But I ain't gonna lie. You let this man put 5 babies in you and he just has the option to leave? I ain't gonna lie. Females with their bodies, and females according to certain things, like, don't get me wrong, I get what Umar's saying all the way, because it's on both. It's on both parties. As a man, why you putting 5 babies in a female you don't even want? Why you even putting 1 baby? But nevertheless, 2. 2 is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, 2 is crazy. But as a female, why you letting this man put babies in you? You ain't even got a ring. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm a female, that's the first thing I need from a nigga is a ring. Real talk. But at the end of the day, I understand we make mistakes, we go through shit. After the first baby, it's understood. You might be happy in a relationship or whatever, but after the first baby, if not before the first baby, you should be trying to be serious with this man. The only way you're going to be serious with a person is by marriage. That's the only proof of being serious. Moving together, that's nothing. All the other stuff is nothing. Marriage is the only way to secure a relationship as a female. You know what I mean? For sure. But that's crazy, though. 5 babies in 1, that's crazy.
Oh, man,
Talk to us, Jay.
Be
Talk
raw,
to us, Jay.
you know that. I'm a
I know,
psychologist,
it just
so.
triggered me. I know.
Be raw, Jay.
No, but
Money.
speak your piece. You ain't got to get
So how many
specific.
kids she got?
Speak it.
No, it's just one of them things. So that was a trigger where you completely, like, men, and they don't realize that they do this, but they groom a woman to how they want to be.
Yes.
And then 2 years, 3 years go by, and it's like the woman is just trying to get you to just do everything you need to do. She's literally clearing your plate. You go focus on this. I got X, Y, Z.
Yes.
Only for you to just throw that shit away. That's a trigger, especially for somebody that is very emotionally, physically, spiritually invested into you, and you just throw that shit away. That shit sucks.
And we as men need to understand, women as well, but we as men in particular, because we are the leaders, we need to understand that you can't purchase insurance for failed relationships. You get insurance on your car. If you get into an accident,
Yes,
they
the fuck
replace
you
it.
can.
You get insurance on your house. Storm damage, they
You can insure the fucking relationship. What I say? A motherfucking ring. That's gonna insure it, bro. What the fuck you mean, bro? Marriage by law is gonna insure that shit. Either the nigga gonna stay and make sure that shit work because he don't want to have no divorce, or she gonna be good forever. It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, if you marrying a nigga that's making less than you, or you marrying a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Now that's on you as a female. Because what are you doing marrying a nigga that making less than you, but you want him to be the leader? That makes no sense. Especially if he can't control your money. So at the end of the day, bro, this is not just a thing on men. This is why I fuck with Umar for some of the messages he got, but I don't never agree with nobody all the way. And this is the reason why. Because he don't place accountability on both parties. A woman needs to know this. You have to know this as a woman. You putting yourself in positions to fail. You can't do that.
replace it. You get insurance on your life. You ain't gonna get the life back, but your family gonna be set for the rest of your life. When a woman takes that armor off to give us a chance to lead her and become her raw essence, and we hurt that, we misuse that, we exploit that, we sabotage that,
That's on her.
we disappoint that, there's no insurance she can buy that will reset her back with her armor on. She got to build that armor back up. Do you know how hard that is when she dealing with her own family problems? She dealing with her own baby daddy problems. She dealing with her own traumas from childhood. She working 2 or 3 jobs. She trying to keep the bills paid. And on top of that, we got to keep in mind that black women exist within a context, unlike Asian women, unlike Caucasians, unlike Arabs, East Indians, Latinos, and Jews, where she don't really have a strong female support network. Okay. Black women are more likely to not be surrounded by a genuine sisterhood whose shoulders they can cry on. So when I say
black men too, I highly doubt black women is that low because they got friends and they can always talk to their friends. Black men at the end of the day, we don't. It's not a competition. Don't get me, it's not a competition. I'm just trying to voice the fact that Umar don't never be both-sided on this. And if you continue to try to place the blame off people, it's going to make them feel like that is okay to do. It's okay to make that decision. It's okay to make that mistake. And it's not. You have to learn from those. These are all mistakes for a reason. You have to learn from them. If you don't learn from them, then guess what? You're going to do it again, do it again, do it again. Now you hurt every day. instead of learning from the experience that you push yourself in. If it was me talking to her, I would have told her. I would have actually tried to understand the situation, because at the end of the day, even though she think it may have been some type of he just left out of, no, a nigga not finna just leave for no reason. It's something that builds up to it for him to leave. So at the end of the day, you got to get to the pinpoint of what is the problem. Discuss with your nigga what is the problem. Don't act like you could just figure it out and just start trying different shit and it's gonna work. It's not gonna work because you don't know what the problem is.
Sisters go through relationship trauma, setback, and disappointment. They often go through that by themselves.
I've enjoyed the perspective and the raw emotion from Jay, and then the perspective of like, for real, I consider myself really like emotionally mature. You feel me? And the perspective to me is new to where we're asking them to take that armor off. And I consider myself a warrior too, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm a protector
Yes,
by
sir.
nature. Like, and taking that armor off as a man, when you ask them to, and when you realize that at that point, you have to, it's mandatory that you stand in that gap.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
And there's no compromise once you chose to stand in that gap.
Yes.
So I've enjoyed that. I can't wait to take that to the night.
That's
I
gonna
think
be
the other
fun.
thing too,
I ain't gonna lie. That's,
brothers,
yeah.
is a lot of us as men are so emotionally traumatized ourselves from baby mama trauma, ex-wife trauma,
Sorry, sis.
from
We love you.
sex abuse,
Love you, Jay.
emotional abuse,
We beat that
maternal
nigga up.
abandonment, paternal abandonment, sibling bullying, peer bullying. Black men are in a mental health crisis. But guess what? We still trying to date. How in the hell are you asking a woman to take off her armor and be vulnerable to you and allow you to lead when you know you got issues you ain't worked through yet? She don't even know about the alcoholic you are, but you want her to take the armor off. And this is where our disingenuousness sets them up to be hurt. Why are you prepping her for the kingdom when you ain't ready to wear the crown?
You see what I'm saying? He immediately put it, he keep putting it on black men. Like it's not her choice in the matter. Like she's forced to do it or something. Like, okay, men dealing with stuff too. Men is in the middle crisis though, by the way, if you didn't know that. Men, well, I'm not sure about all men, but I know for sure black men health crisis is at its worst. You know what I'm saying? They enliven themselves at a rate that's never been seen before. At the end of the day though, let's get back on topic. He not saying nothing about the traumas that she got before she trying to get into a relationship. She shouldn't be trying to, you know what I'm saying? It's both sides though. Let's get back to the video though. I'm gonna let Umar talk. You know he tripping though, for sure. But let's get to it.
When you want to deal with your alcoholism, why don't you deal with that first? When you want to deal with your opioid addiction, why don't you deal with that first? When you want to deal with your sex assault from childhood, deal with that first. When you want to deal with your maternal abandonment by your mother, because the last thing she needs is you putting your hands on her once she says something that trigger a painful memory from the mom who abandoned you. A lot of black men are walking mental health wards. We're walking mental health wards. Yes, the women are traumatized, but so are we. We need to be in a healthy space to lead our women. Trauma can't lead trauma. It'll only make it worse. Trauma cannot lead trauma. It can only make it worse. And I don't see black men knocking down the door for therapy. I don't see
And trauma can't, and a healthy man can't help trauma. A trauma bitch. Well, they can try. They can try, but is you qualified to do it? Is you qualified? Or you want to waste your time trying to heal a bit? That's going to use all your energy that you should be focused on working something, bro. At the end of the day, all this come down to is that you should be, if your intent is to date this person, you should know in your head and in your heart that you ready to be able to put your all into that. Because a relationship, that's what a relationship is. It's going to be your all into it. It's not no here and there. It's not no if and buts. It's not no halfway. Either you're going to do it all the way and you're going to be in there all the way, or you might as well not do it at all. You feel me?
Black men knocking down the door for life coaching. And don't get me wrong, I do get more brothers who come to me for life coaching now than I did a year ago. So brothers are making headway. They are. But it's still a lot more who need to, who don't. And do you know what I find? I'm going to go to the conscious community right now. All of us in the conscious community. From our militias to our Marcus Garveyites to the whole nine. I'm seeing traumatized brothers try to distract themselves from their trauma through consciousness. I don't give a damn how much of a Pan-Africanist you are. That ain't going to eliminate that problem right there. I don't care how much of a Hebrew, a Moor, Nuwapian, Gun Club, Guys and Earth, Nation of Islam, none of that is going to block the fact that you got psychosocial spiritual issues from childhood or later that you've never addressed. Black men need to really handle our mental health issues before we start stepping to these queens talking about we want to build a kingdom.
Queens.
I think being in a conscious community, like that information.
That's the conscious community, bro. The conscious community just blaming it on the men. Do you not notice that is the reason why men have the mental issues they have? Is because you blaming everything on them and they know that they have no doing on that. Let a man have a baby mama. The first thing everybody is thinking is, oh, he just nutted in her lip. Like, this is what everybody thinking, but they not understanding the deeper issues. They not understanding, oh, maybe she's not playing her role. Maybe she don't want him there. Maybe they don't never assume that. They automatically assume, oh, he's a hoe. Oh, he's a fuck nigga. He's this. Oh, he's that. And that's the problem. That's the problem. That is the reason why black men is in that mental health crisis. Not including that, but including the things that we really do deal with on a day-to-day basis. We can ignore it. We can strive harder in certain things to stand out. But at the end of the day, that don't make it mean that it's not there. I always preach, no matter what obstacles is there, push for it. You're going to get it regardless if you push for it. The thing is that you're ignoring that it's there, but that don't mean that it's not there. We all know as a black man in America, when we walking around, bro, we have a stigma towards us. We all know this. You could just if you walk and just look at people's faces when they look at you, you could tell it's a stigma. 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10, but over 0.5%, over 60% of the time, you look at anybody else while you walking, bro, and you could tell instantly that it's some type of stigma there. So just continue to strive, ignoring it don't mean that it's not there. And if you actually just sit and look at the obstacles you have as a black man in America, bro, you could understand why black health crisis in a way and the shape that it is. It's because everybody sits here and blame the black man. Oh, you supposed to be strong, my nigga, but you don't understand they got trauma too, and you don't know what the fuck they had to deal with in their past. I'm just how I am because I was able to control my stuff myself. Most men can't do that. Most men do need guidance. Most men do need help. Most men do need talking through things like that. And if they can't go nowhere to get that, guess what? It's a recipe for disaster. So that's the thing is that y'all can sit here and say, oh, you can't pull a girl out her soft girl era. And bro, that's not my problem. If she's opening up to me and I'm welcoming the energy, or whatever, bro, it don't matter because I'm not finna be in that kind of situation. But I'm just saying, do y'all get what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's two parties to that shit. You can't just blame one party when it's two parties involved. If it's two parties involved, if anything gone wrong, it's both of the parties' faults. It's not just one. And I don't care what you say. I don't care what been happening. If it's a dude beating on his female, you know what I'm saying? Now that's crazy. But it's dudes that do that and they have a reason as to why they do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't saying it's right to do that. I don't feel like it's right to put your hands on anybody that's not enticing the energy. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I'm saying, like, if you beating somebody up and they just blocking and they ain't trying to fight for real, stop fighting them. Don't slap somebody that ain't trying to get slapped. Don't push somebody that ain't trying to get pushed. But if they enticing it, for sure do that. Handle your ground. But even if it's a woman, a man, whatever, the genders don't matter, bro. We equal. Literally been equal for years, bro. A female should have been taught. I'm going to say a female because this is the basis of a woman. Just like the male is the basis of a man. A female should be taught certain things. That's one of them. Keep your hands to yourself and don't ever hit no man. We stronger than you for a reason. I don't care if you a trans woman or what. We you know what? Trans man, whatever. All that shit the same to me. You still weaker than me. Mentally at least. Physically, you might be stronger than me, but mentally you weaker than me. I could beat you at your own game. Cause I promise you, my pride, knowing that you a trans, I don't give a fuck how big you is, my nigga. I'm not finna go outside like that. I'm not going outside like that, bruh. Facts.
I feel like the type of information that you receive in the conscious community, like it gives them, I'm gonna say us, like, cause when I first started reading too, it give you a sense of superiority.
It does.
Like
it does.
I know a lot of shit
superiority
that you don't know.
Intellectual superiority.
And I get it to a sense, but we take that shit and it carries over, like you said, to where it's like I'm taking this superialism, like damn near complex, and like because I feel like I'm that in this area, like I'm using it to mask all this other shit. Like I'm just, you know. So I get
it's
it.
another distraction. It's no difference than somebody going to the church and getting Christ out, trying to suffocate the trauma of childhood. And for a while, there's a honeymoon period. It worked for a good year. Then after that, them traumas come right back.
Yep.
Only a spiritual solution can solve a spiritual problem. Doctrine don't do that. Religious dogma don't do that. Consciousness don't do that. You need a spiritual solution for a spiritual problem. And a lot of black men don't like to go within themselves to process their experiences. And that's why we don't like to connect with our women on an emotional level.
It's not they don't like it. Most people just don't know how to, bro.
I tell women all the time, if the man is not going to let you love him the way you want to, and if he ain't going to love you the way you need him to,
simple,
you will be spiritually famished and starved in that relationship.
Clearly, get out the situation before you go too deep. Look, y'all, this was just a segment that I want to go over because Dr. Umar, I couldn't watch this whole video, fam. I skipped I found the clip. I skipped through the video. Okay. I skipped through the video, found the section that I wanted to watch, and I watched it live for y'all. But Dr. Umar, you know, he be right on a lot of topics. The thing why I don't agree with him on a lot of stuff is because he never practices accountability ever. And I mean in any topic that he talks about, he don't talk about accountability. And I know for a fact that is the biggest, and I mean the biggest thing that holds us back from others is that growing up, most of us never had to face accountability. If something happens, oh, it's because you black, bro. Don't even trip about it. Oh, it's because it's always going to be an excuse as to why this happened to you. Oh, you got pulled over and you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's because he's black. Like, bro, that is not always the case. And I'm going to be 100% real factual with you. It can be the case, but at the end of the day, it's always going to be a deeper reason. And that's why you got to be careful out here, because it's people like Umar that's really plotting on your downfall. He want to play it like he not plotting on your downfall, but he is. Because by him telling you that it's your fault, or that is somebody else's fault, it's not holding you accountable for your decisions that you making. It's the reason why she cried because of that. She got triggered because of that, and it's a trigger because she keep going through it. The reason why she keep going through it is different men coming through her life. When the fuck are you gonna turn the shit on yourself and be like, damn, maybe it's something with me? She thinking all men bad, but it's probably because of what she doing in the situation that is bad. But that's the thing, is that if she listens to somebody like Umar, which is somebody that she's gonna listen to every time, she's not gonna listen to somebody like me. Because once you place accountability on somebody, now they don't fuck with you no more. And I don't care about that shit. I'm a realist. You don't gotta fuck with me, fam. Cause at the end of the day, I don't gotta go through what you're going through. Yeah, I'm trying to help you avoid going through it, but I don't gotta go through it because I already know this shit. But listen to somebody like Umar, you gonna keep going through the same situation, thinking it's the men. Baby, every man different. If every man that you going with is going through like this, it don't make no sense. But at the end of the day, bro, if y'all still watching right now, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. So be sure to subscribe before you click off. I got 3 videos on the screen, man. You got to click one. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Contact my Instagram if you want to say something to me. Twitch, I'm streaming every night. It's going to be gaming videos. Sometimes I'll be chatting. Sometimes I'll be doing other stuff. Be sure to tune in if you want to stay tuned with me on other platforms, man. It's been your boy, Vick Reacts, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Have a good day. Peace.